police, and this is what it says. There is a direct attempt being made to coerce me into withdrawing my complaint. Mahua Moitra has a history of misusing influence and political clout. I've received multiple strange messages from unknown numbers on my personal mobile phone. So he is saying that Mahua Moitra, in fact, is misusing her influence. Pallavi Ghosh continues to be with us. Pallavi, I apologize for interrupting earlier, but if you look at this complaint, many would say this looks like a bitter case of things gone wrong as far as ex-lovers are concerned.
Yes, but you know, Jay Anand is making some very serious allegations when he's written that complaint to a Delhi police, where he's actually accusing her of trying to threaten him, arm twist him to try and ensure that the complaint which he had made against her, the CBI complaint, is withdrawn. And of course, Henry is very much a part of that entire picture. In her defense, she's always made the point that this is a ridiculous allegation which is coming in from Jay Anand. In fact, if you remember that the first day of hearing on the defamation case, which was filed by her, her lawyer had to recuse because according to the allegations from Jay Anand, that particular lawyer was also involved in negotiating with him on her behalf, and therefore that's a point of order which was raised by him and his team, and then as a result of which he really has to excuse himself from the entire hearing which is now going to take place later. So it just gets murkier. A Lokpal complaint already having been made by the MP Nishikant Dubey. The matter is already there in the ethics committee, and now a case is being made out against her that she is trying to pressurize all the complainants into silence and also offering them conditions on which she is ready to take back the case, only on the condition that they too take back the complaint against her. Now this could be used legally against her, but at the same point of time she remains defiant, she remains brazen, and she is really battling it out largely on her own.
Pallavi, you're right. We continue to see those tweets coming in from Mahua Moitra. She's saying that I've been told of an impending CBI inquiry. I've also been given some sort of offer, but I'm not going to buckle down. All of this is good that she continues to fight this battle, but optically this is becoming very weak for her considering her party still hasn't spoken.
Well, I mean, you know, whenever I do try and get in touch with TMC leaders, they say we are in the middle of the Durga Pujo and therefore we don't want to get involved in it. As of now, the TMC says that they are really focusing on the puja, but also on the fact that there are ED allegations against Abhishek Banerjee, and that happens to be the priority for them. In politics, these are very, very important indications that the Trinamool Congress for now doesn't want to get involved in Mahua Moitra's, case. They are also saying that we are looking at all the angles. We don't even know who's guilty, who is in wrong, who is in right. But you know, it's very, very glaring the fact that except I think from Priyanka Chaturvedi, no one really is standing up for her. Not even the Congress party. Frankly speaking, Ridhima, the Congress apart from Mahua Moitra have been the most vociferous and aggressive as far as the corporate allegations against the corporate sector is concerned. So one would have expected at least someone from the Congress party would stand up for her, but that clearly hasn't happened. All of this is of course going to cast a shadow on the India front, on TMC, Congress equations, and this of course gives an ammunition to the BJP against them.
Pallavi, all eyes now in fact will be on the 26th of this month when you will have the ethics committee meeting. Just for the benefit of our viewers, help us understand what is the kind of protocol and procedure being followed by the ethics committee before they reach a consensus. Pallavi, I apologize for interrupting again. In fact, we have from the BJP Dilip Ghosh also now joining us on the broadcast. दिलीप जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने के लिए. हाँ, हमने कुछ दिन पहले भी बात करी थी तो आपने कहा था कि काफ़ी सीरियस एलिगेशंस हैं जो ये महua मोइत्रा के खिलाफ आई हैं. अब दर्शन हीरानंदानी जो हैं वो भी एक अप्रूवर बन चुके हैं. अब देखना होगा कि एथिक्स कमेटी की इन्वेस्टिगेशन किस तरह से होती है. पर अगर आप महua मोइत्रा के रिएक्शंस देखें, वो अभी भी इस बात को कह रही हैं कि ये टाइमिंग काफ़ी क्वेश्चनेबल है क्योंकि उन्होंने सरकार से कुछ अनकंफर्टेबल क्वेश्चंस पूछे, सवाल पूछ रहे, इसलिए सरकार उनको टारगेट कर रही है.
नहीं, वो कहाँ पूछ रहे हैं. हीरानंदानी जैसे लोग पूछ रहे हैं जो अपना उल्लू सीधा कर रहे हैं, उनके माध्यम से वो उनकी मीडिया बनी हुई है. एक जो संसद होते हैं उनको 30-40 लाख लोगों की वो प्रतिनिधि होती हैं और संसद की एक गरिमा है. संसद एक लोकतंत्र का मंदिर है, उसका मेंबर है, लोग बहुत आशा करते हैं. और महua मोइत्रा के बारे में इस प्रकार कंप्लेन पहली बार नहीं है. आप देखिए उनका वीडियो, अनाप शनाप बोलना, गलत बात बोलना, पार्लियामेंट में गालियां देना और स्पीकर की तरफ पेपर फेंकना और इस प्रकार हरकत करके हमेशा न्यूज में आने का खाली इच्छा रहता है. देखिए ये लोग विपक्ष में जरूर हैं, लेकिन उसकी भी एक सीमा होनी चाहिए विरोध करने का,
जी।
क्या करना क्या बोलना। केवल वहां जाके आंदोलन का झंडा खड़ा करना, प्लाकार्ड करके बैठ जाना, अंदर प्लाकार्ड बाहर जगह गांधी मूर्ति के सामने खड़ा होकर बोलना, और जो मन में आता वो मत
जी।
वही करते रहते हैं। तो
जी।
इसमें हमारी लोकतंत्र की गरिमा, हमारी पार्लियामेंट की गरिमा वो नीचे आती है। और
जी।
इस प्रकार जो लोग हैं बार बार जो बाज नहीं आते, बोलने का बाद भी परंपरा का ध्यान नहीं रखते हैं, और आप जब फंस जाते हैं तब दूसरा विषय सामने ले आते हैं।
नहीं, पर
मुझे लगता है कि
दिलीप जी, महुआ मोइत्रा का ये कहना है, एक तो जैसे मैंने आपसे पहले कहा, वो कह रही हैं कि क्योंकि सरकार से मैं काफ़ी अनकंफर्टेबल सवाल पूछती हूँ, सरकार मुझे टारगेट कर रही है। अब जो ये एफिडेविट सामने आया है दर्शन हीरानंदानी का, जो एक अप्रूवर बन गए इस पूरे केस में, उस एफिडेविट पे भी महुआ मोइत्रा ने काफ़ी सवाल खड़े करे हैं। उन्होंने ये तक कहा है, ये तो ऐसा लगता है कि पीएमओ ने डिक्टेट किया है।
देखिए सवाल तो उन्होंने कर लिया बहुत, और विपक्ष का काम ही है सवाल उठाना। आप सवाल की समय नहीं, आप उनको जवाब देना पड़ेगा। दुनिया उनका ऊपर सवाल कर रही है, पार्लियामेंट के एक मेंबर ने सवाल किए हैं, जिनके साथ मिलकर काम किया वो लोग भी बोल रहे हैं, जिनको साथ में लिया उन्होंने भी मान लिया कि घटना सही है। यहाँ से प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रही थी, दुबई से सवाल आ रहा था, ये कहाँ तक संभव है
जी।
कि किसी को अपना हैंडल का नंबर दे देना और वो जो चाहे वहां से अपना उल्लू सीधा करेगा और लोकतंत्र को इस प्रकार से व्यवहार करेंगे, ये कतई संभव नहीं है। इसकी परमिशन कोई नहीं देता है,
जी।
इसलिए छानबीन होनी चाहिए, उसको सजा भी मिलनी चाहिए।
दिलीप जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने के लिए। We'll have to leave that conversation there. Our colleague Pallavi still continues to be with us. Pallavi, essentially I was asking you that all eyes now will be on the 26th of this month when you will have the ethics committee meeting. The question that's been raised by Mahua Moitra is that how come Darshan Hiranandani still hasn't been approached?
But see, so the whole procedure is very simple. The ethics committee of the parliament has been set up to essentially look into whether any member of parliament or any other person connected to parliament has violated a parliamentary ethics, and the entire idea of this is to probe into this particular issue. Now, in the case of Mahua Moitra, based on the complaint which has been filed both by Nishikant Dubey and Jay Anand, this ethics committee has taken up this matter, and then the first thing that they do is get in touch with the complainants. That is, in this case, Nishikant Dubey and Jay Anand. After that, Mahua Moitra is very much given a chance to present her case. But if after the first meeting there is a strong case which is made out, and Darshan's Hiranandani's comments or his letters are taken cognizance of, because mind you, Ridhima, now it becomes very important because his affidavit has now been notified, which means he has notarized the entire affidavit, which means it's a legally permissible document. So if the ethics committee takes cognizance of it, there is a possibility that Darshan Hiranandani may be called by the ethics committee at some point of time. It's a step-by-step process, and as I said, Mahua Moitra, of course, will also be called in front of the ethics committee, where she's going to plead her case, where she's going to defend herself, and there could be a multiple number of witnesses or people involved in this entire particular case. Then the ethics committee submits its report to a speaker, and based on what they say, for example, the report says that they find her guilty, then the speaker has every right to take action, and in extreme cases, which means that she stands disqualified as a parliamentarian, and in an extreme case, because simultaneously the allegations of complaints which have been also given to a CBI, if a criminal conspiracy case is also built up against her, then she has to fight that case legally in court, and of course the ethics committee. But the first big dagger which dangles over her is the fact that there is a possibility that she is disqualified as a member of parliament if she is found guilty by the ethics committee.
Pallavi, we'll have to leave that conversation there. Thanks a lot for getting us all those details. And as Pallavi is rightly pointing out, that that's going to be the biggest concern for Mahua Moitra. If all these allegations convinces the ethics committee, then she could lose her status as a member of parliament as well. Let's also break down some other details. Let's break down the details in terms of the letter that has been written by Jay Anand to the CBI. And this is in fact the letter that he is mentioning multiple times, that I have a lot of pressure on me that is being built to take back my entire letter. But in that letter, he in fact has mentioned multiple gifts that he claims in fact have been received by the TMC MP Mahua Moitra, and there are a lot of luxury items that are mentioned. So let's quickly go through the items that have been mentioned in this letter. It begins with some iPhones. It says that luxury iPhones were in fact received. It also speaks about luxury jewelry. It speaks about diamond and emerald jewelry as well. Furthermore, it talks about a lot of luxury items like Hermes and Louis Vuitton scarves, but it doesn't end there. It gives you some other items as well. It talks about luxury shoes as well, as many as 35 pairs. This is something that in fact Mahua Moitra has taken a slight dig in one of her tweets as well, that the agencies are welcome to come and count my pair of shoes. In that same list, he also mentions that as part of the gifts received, there were dozens of French and Italian wines as well. Furthermore, he also says there were luxury cosmetics that was received by the MP from Dubai. Again, mentions about some other luxury bags like Gucci leather bags and others, and also says that all of this in fact was received by the TMC MP, who now finds herself in the eye of the storm as far as a cash for query row is concerned. Some political reactions now coming in.
No comments on this particular issue. We have nothing to say on it, so no comments, please. No, regarding particular this issue, All India Trinamool Congress will not say a single word. We have nothing to say and no comments on the particular issue. The related person may explain or answer the issues, but not Trinamool Congress.
मैं इसको मानता हूं कि ये हमारे समकालीन राजनीति में एक ऐसा मसला है जिसमें कई परतें हैं। यही हीरानंदानी साहब 3 दिन पूर्व कह रहे थे कि उन पर लगाया आरोप। तब कौन आरोप लगा रहा था? बीजेपी के जिन सांसद का आप जिक्र कर रहे हैं, वो कह रहे थे कि मेरे ऊपर लगे ये आरोप निराधार है। वो निराधार से 48 घंटे के बाद आधार पाते हैं। वो आधार पाते हैं या उन्हें आधार दिया जाता है या उनसे आधार लिया जाता है, ये सारी चीजें भी आएंगी। और मुझे सबसे आश्चर्य लग रहा है कि जो चीजें एथिक्स कमेटी के संदर्भ में वो मीडिया के समक्ष कैसे आ रही हैं। जाहिर तौर पर कि पूरे नियोजित तरीके से हो रहा। और आखिरी टिप्पणी तो मैं जरूर करूंगा कि ये समझ, बाकी एथिक्स कमेटी तय करे, लेकिन ये तय हो गया कि इस देश के जिस नामचीन उद्योगपति की चर्चा, उनकी पैठ बहुत है हर जगह। वो अपने पैठ का कब, कैसे, किस पर इस्तेमाल कर लें, कोई नहीं जानता।
देखिए, महुआ मोइत्रा का जो केस है वो इस देश की संवैधानिक व्यवस्था को छिन्न भिन्न करने वाला है और कई जगह ये राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा से भी खिलवाड़ है। निशिकांत दुबे जी का उठाया हुआ प्रश्न बहुत बड़ा है और मेरा विश्वास है कि अगर टीएमसी ने समय रहते इस पर निर्णय नहीं लिया तो टीएमसी के खिलाफ पश्चिम बंगाल की जनता निर्णय ले लेगी।
Well, let's now shift our focus and also get your wrap of some other stories that we're tracking.